HTML elements have a clear hierarchy, or order, and can be thought of as a kind of upside-down tree. You can see how our document would look as a tree in Figure 5 to 7. Figure 5 to 7. T. Key elements from Figure 5 to 6, shown as a tree. The top element is the HTML element. It contains the head and body elements. Th. E-head contains the title element, and the body contains the H1 and P elements. The browser interprets your HTML according to this hierarchy. We will look at how to change the document structure later, in Chapter 9. Figure 5 to 8 shows another way of visualizing the HTML hierarchy, as a set of nested boxes. Figure 5 to 8. The HTML hierarchy, shown as nested boxes. Earlier in this chapter, we learned that the height in HTML stands for hypertext, or linked text. HTML documents can contain hyperlinks, links for short, that take you to other web pages. The element for anchor creates a link element. Modify your HTML document to match the following example. Delete the second P element and the and tags, and then add the new colored code to create a link to http://xkcd.com/. My first proper HTML page. Hello world. My first web page. http://xkcd.com. Click here to read some excellent comics. Now save and open your page in your browser, and it should look like Figure 5 to 9. Figure 5 to 9. A web page containing a link to http://xkcd.com/. If you click that link, your browser should go to the XKCD website, http://xkcd.com/. Oh. NCE, you've had your fill of geeky comics. Click the back button to return to your page. Click the element. We added something called an attribute to the anchor element. Attributes in HTML elements are similar to key-value pairs in JavaScript objects. Every attribute has a name and a value. Here's the XKCD link we created again. http://xkcd.com. Click here. In this case, the attribute name is ref and the attribute value is http://xkcd.com. The name ref stands for hypertext reference, which is a fancy way of saying web address. Figure 5 to 10 shows all the parts of the link. Figure 5 to 10. Th. E basic syntax for creating a hyperlink. The link will take you to whatever web address is entered as the value of the ref attribute. Title. You hover your mouse over a link. For example, change the opening tag so it looks like this. http://xkcd.com. Title equals XKCD Land of Geeky Comics. Click here. Now reload the page. When you hover your cursor over the link, you should see the text XKCD Land of Geeky Comics floating above the page, as shown in Figure 5 to 11. Figure 5 to 11. A web page containing a link to http://xkcd.com/ with a title attribute. Try it out. Make a new file called links.html. T should contain the same HTML structure as our page.html, but with a new title and heading and 3 paragraph P elements. In each paragraph, include a link to one of your favorite websites. Make sure all the elements have ref and title attributes. In this chapter, you learn the basics of HTML, the language used to create web pages. We created a simple page containing a link to another page. In the next chapter, we'll look at how to embed JavaScript in our web page. This will make it much easier to create larger programs as we explore more features of JavaScript in the next few chapters. This is a book on JavaScript, not HTML, so I've introduced only the very basics of creating HTML documents. Here are some resources where you can learn more about HTML. The Mozilla Developer Network's Introduction to HTML https://developer.mozilla.org/enus/guide/HTML/introduction/ Codecademy's HTML and CSS course http://www.codecademy.com/tracks/web/. Mozilla Webmaker https://webmaker.org/. Conditionals and loops are two of the most important concepts in JavaScript. A conditional says, if something is true, do this. Otherwise, do that. For example, if you do your homework, you can have ice cream, but if you don't do your homework, you don't get the ice cream. A loop says, as long as something is true, keep doing this. For example, as long as you are thirsty, keep drinking water. Conditionals and loops are powerful concepts that are key to any sophisticated program. They are called control structures because they allow you to control which parts of your code are executed when and how often they are executed, based on certain conditions you define. We first need to go over how to embed JavaScript in our HTML file so we can start creating longer programs than we've looked at so far. There are two forms of conditional statements in JavaScript: if statements and if-else statements. An if statement is used to execute a piece of code if something is true. For example, if you've been good, you get a treat. An if-else statement executes one piece of code if something is true and another if not. For example, if you've been good, you get a treat, else, you get grounded. If condition is true, return to your HTML file and replace the two lines inside the script element with this. var name equals Nicholas. Console. .log hello. Name. If name. Length. 7. Console. .log wow, you have a really long name. First, we create a variable called name and set its value to the string Nicholas. Then we use console.log to log the string hello Nicholas. We use an if statement to check whether the length of name is greater than 7. If it is, the console will display wow, you have a really long name. Using console.log as figure 6:1 shows, an if statement has two main parts: the condition and the body. Key condition should be a Boolean value. The body is one or more lines of JavaScript code, which are executed if the condition is true. Figure 6 to 1. Th. A general structure of an if statement. When you load your HTML page with this JavaScript in it, you should see the following in the console. Hello Nicholas, wow, you have a really long name. Because the name Nicholas has 8 characters, name.length returns 8. Th. Therefore, the condition name.length 7 is true, which causes the body of the if statement to be run, resulting in this somewhat startling message being logged. 2. Avoid triggering the if condition, change the name Nicholas to Nick, leaving the rest of the code as is. Var name equals Nick. Now save the file and reload the page. Th. Is time, the condition name.length 7 is not true, because name.length is 4. Th. That means that the body of the if statement is not run, and all that gets printed to the console is this. Hello Nick. If true. Something else to happen when the condition is false. You need to use an if-else statement. Let's extend the example from earlier. Var name equals Nicholas. Console.log hello name. If name.length 7. Console.log wow, you have a really long name. Else. Console.log your name isn't very long. This does the same thing as before, except that if the name isn't longer than 7 characters, it prints out an alternative message. As figure 6 to 2 shows, if-else statements look like if statements, but with 2 bodies. The keyword else is placed between the 2 bodies. In an if-else statement, the first body is run if the condition is true. Otherwise, the second body is run. Figure 6 to 2. The general structure of an if-else statement. True. Example, say you're ordering Chinese food and you're choosing what to eat. Your favorite Chinese dish is lemon chicken, so you'll have that if it's on the menu. If it's not, you'll have beef with black bean sauce. If that's not on the menu, you'll have sweet and sour pork. In the rare case that none of those options is available, you'll have egg fried rice, because you know all the Chinese restaurants you go to will have that. Var lemon chicken equals false. Var beef with black bean equals true. Var sweet and sour pork equals true. If lemon chicken console.log great, I'm having lemon chicken. Else if beef with black bean console.log I'm having the beef. Else if sweet and sour pork console.log okay, I'll have the pork. Else console.log well, I guess I'll have rice then. To create a chain of if-else statements, start with a normal if statement and, after the closing brace of its body, enter the keywords else if, followed by another condition and another body. You can keep doing this until you run out of conditions. There's no limit to the number of conditions. The final else section will run if none of the conditions is true. Figure 6 to 3 shows a generic chain of if-else statements. Figure 6 to 3. Ch. Aiming multiple if-else statements. You can read this as follows. 1. If the first condition is true, execute the first body. 2. Odd. Otherwise, if the second condition is true, execute the second body. 3. Otherwise, if the third condition is true, execute the third body. There's one other thing to note: you don't necessarily have to include the final else. If you don't, though, and none of the conditions is true, then nothing inside the if-else chain will be executed. Var lemon chicken equals false. Var beef with black bean equals false. Var sweet and sour pork equals false. If lemon chicken console.log great, I'm having lemon chicken. Else if beef with black bean console.log I'm having the beef. Else if sweet and sour pork console.log okay, I'll have the pork. In this example, we've left out the final else section. Because none of your favorite foods is available, nothing gets printed out and it looks like you're not going to have anything to eat. Try it out. Write a program with a name variable. If name is your name, print out hello me. Otherwise, print hello stranger. Hint use equals to compare name to your name. Next, rewrite the program so it'll say hi to your dad if name is set to your dad's name, or hi to your mom if name is your mom's name. If it's neither of them, say hello stranger. As before. As we've seen, conditionals allow you to run a piece of code once if a condition is true. Loops, on the other hand, allow you to run a piece of code multiple times, depending on whether a condition remains true. For example, while there's food on your plate, you should keep eating, or, while you still have dirt on your face, you should keep washing. While condition stops being